Alright guys, talking about parallel and perpendicular lines, we went over an example of a parallel line. Now we're going to look to see how we can prove that these two lines are perpendicular. Okay, remember the definition of perpendicular. The slopes have to be opposite reciprocals. Okay, so if we look at this line here, we can say that I'm going to rise 2 and run 3. So to find the slope of this line, I went up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So both of those are in a positive direction. So my slope for that line would be 2/3. Okay. Now on the other line, this blue line, we can tell it's going down. So you should know that that's negative. Okay. But we're going to look at the slope in the same way. So we're going to do rise over run. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to rise, and I wrote this at the bottom so it doesn't really matter. But if I started at this point and went up, then the 3 would be positive. So anyways, if I go down, I've got a negative, and then I go across, I've got a positive 2. So my slope is going to be -3/2. Okay, so now let's compare these. Perpendicular lines have to have opposite reciprocal slopes. So if my slope of one line is 2/3 and the slope of the other line is -3/2, are those perpendicular? Opposite perpendicular. So they're opposite because one's positive and one's negative, and this one's 2/3 and this one's 3/2. So those are perpendicular lines. So we can represent perpendicular line by showing that it has, and that's a very poor drawing, but let's see if I can make that a little bit better. I'm trying to make a 90-degree angle there. So perpendicular lines meet at 90 degrees, which means each of those angles would be 90 degrees.